Alright, welcome back. I'm just continuing where we left off last night with the Underdark monsters. Last night I did Drow and Umberhulk. And tonight I'm going to finish up the Trapper, I think. Yep, I'll finish up the Trapper. So, I've never used a Trapper before, and I didn't know they were this damn big. That is a really big monster. Yeah. Okay, so the difference between the two is the Trapper is 30-foot diameter. The Lurker's only 20. I guess I should probably open Lomion in this window. So I use this website, lomion.deutschland, uh, for monsters. Trapper, Doom Trapper, Forest Trapper, Trapper. Okay. So this music in the background is my campaign music for this map. So this is in the Underdark. And I made it nice and creepy. This is worm tunnels actually. So I have 3 different maps for worm tunnels. I have worm tunnel A, B, and C, and the tracks are slightly different. I guess. Nope, they're the same. They're the same on each. Worm tunnel C. So worm tunnels are one of the main one of the main whatchamacallit, terrains in my version of the Underdark. My theory is that most of the rock is kind of eaten up by all these purple worms, and so you have tunnels going through the rock. So the rock is porous, kind of like volcanic. What's that? Volcanic rock? That red rock with the holes through it. And so you can go anywhere you want. It's just that the tunnels are kind of winding, and it basically takes you forever to get anywhere in the Underdark. So I assigned these worm tunnels terrain difficulty the same as high mountains on the surface. And this is what they look like up close in my campaign. Let's see. So we've got... This is just a big open area, which I think would happen kind of often in areas where worms have eaten out tunnels, because they would need a place to sleep sometimes. So they'd probably coil themselves up in this big, cavern or something, like eat out a big cavern and then coil themselves up in it, and maybe leave fecal matter behind and then leave when they wake up. And then you've got all kinds of weaving tunnels. So I've only made 3. Hopefully I'll only need 3. And then I did a glass forest. And each of these have their own soundtracks, by the way. So my theory is the underground has fungus forests. The mushrooms in fungus forests create acids that leak into the Underdark, and the acids dissolve metals in the earth and turn them into crystals, and the crystals, crystallize, and so you get these strange crystal forests. And of course the crystals are they have no value, no real value, so you could just chip away at them and try to sell it, and then the jeweler would be like, oh, this is just quartz or something that's nearly worthless. So, and then you've got, so the fungus forest is what starts it all. The fungus like breaks down stone and whatnot, and then like every once in a while it'll create like acids or whatever that kind of leak somewhere, and so you've got these see, where's, oh, okay. You've got come on. So you've got stone that's been eaten through by worms, and then you've got these fungus forests, and then in between the fungus forests and in the stone, you've got these pools of acid, and then the acid eats away at the minerals in the stone to create these glass forests. And you can barely see this because this map is so dark. Let's see, Mantle West, Pacey. Oh no, that's the grid. There we go. Okay. And then also you have dark water. I call it dark water because the sun doesn't shine down here. So that's where you get your aboleths, and let's see. Probably funguses would be attracted to that. Your Kuo-toa live in dark water, dark seas, dark oceans. I just call it dark water. Yeah. So, and then every once in a while, there's a hole punched in an ocean above, and turns into a giant whirlpool, and they drain into these dark water areas. So theoretically, the dark water areas are what leak into the volcanic areas of the core and create hot springs on the surface. So that's where hot springs come from. It's seawater that has siphoned down into dark water areas. Dark water siphons down into volcanic areas, and then is boiled, and then you've got hot springs in the desert, and stuff like that. So that's just my theory on Underdark ecology. So these these are just pools of acid. So it could be anywhere from a foot to 100 feet deep. I don't know really what I want to do with it. But there's a lot of ways for players to become immune to acid. So I don't think any life would really live in there. There might be encounters with like some kind of crystalline monster or something. I'm not really sure what I want to put in there. But everywhere else is going to be these monsters here. You can... unfortunately, they only made one encounter table for all the Underdark. TSR did. So all of the Underdark monsters are everywhere. So, and of course you can plan encounters according to terrain, but I don't think many DMs use actual terrain underground. I think I'm the only one that I know of. So, here you've got a city in the dark water. So this is probably going to be an Aboleth stronghold. Here is a siphon going down to the core. So if you were able to get hold of a boat or something in here, you could find a way down to the core right there. I think I wanted to make this another way down to the core. This is going to be just this huge chasm that's filled with shadow dragons. So it's gonna be a dungeon eventually, and I've had one shadow dragon before in a dungeon. It was essentially a castle that had a female shadow dragon that was of breeding age, so relatively young, and the players fought and defeated her 3 hatchlings and then her. And the hatchlings they just mowed through the hatchlings, and then she like failed her hide and shadows roll or something, and the party just mowed through her. They destroyed her. Younger shadow dragons are not very good at hiding in shadows, unfortunately, so it was a really easy encounter for them, even though shadow dragons are supposed to be kind of difficult. So I plan on doing a lot of adventuring in the forested areas because they are lit up. So there are mushrooms that grow in here which are light sources. They're naturally they give off natural light. I forget the term. But I plan on, like, basically right off the bat, there's going to be a dungeon in here. And it's going to be a temple to not a god, but a monster that shall remain nameless for now. And there is a faction that wants to awaken a really powerful monster and let it rampage. That's what the entire story arc right now is leading up to. And the players can choose not to fight it if they want. And then there will be consequences or repercussions for that. But the temple has... it contains people who know the monster's location, where it sleeps, and also how to wake it up. And they're actually currently trying to wake it up in the temple. And that's actually what the purpose of the temple is. The temple's purpose is to awaken this monster. So, and that's going to be the adventure right off the bat. So this is my first time running any kind of Underdark anything. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I've been planning this part of the world for a couple of years now, and I've put a lot of thought into how the terrains kind of interact with each other and stuff like that. One thing I kind of would like to have done is create individual encounter tables for the different terrains, but that would just be kind of a big undertaking. And plus, I mean, these forests, I mean, really, what you would run into mushrooms, so there would be a lot of encounters with myconids. You know, I would have to make myconids like a common encounter, which wouldn't be super fun, you know. And there'd be shriekers and you know, other unusual fungus in there, probably gas spores, phycomids, ascomoids, and you know, it would be like 6 or 7 monsters. So I don't think that would be very fun for anybody. So I'm just keeping the regular encounter table. In the worm tunnels, you'd have things like purple worms and probably Duergar, Drow, Kuotoa, Umbra Hulks definitely, maybe Aboleths, you know, kind of slithering through the tunnels, probably Mind Flayers. And then the acid, I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. I think some of these fungi, they spurt acid on people. Phycomids and ascomoids. Or maybe it was blobs of decomposing milk-colored matter with cap fungi. I think they just shoot their own growths onto people. Maybe it was the ascomoid. Yeah, just shoot spores. But yeah, each of these maps has its own soundtrack, so this is what, when the players are looking at the map of the mantle, I call it mantle, by the way. It's not the Underdark. You've got the core, the mantle, and the crust. Crust, core, mantle. It's just like geology class. So, and then here's the fungus forest. And the fungus forest looks like this. I don't think I've really shown it. So lots of mushrooms. These white ones give off light. Okay, and then we've got, yeah, the glass forest. This one's I'm particularly proud of because it's so beautiful. And I didn't create any of these sounds, I just arranged them. So so I think I want to listen to this while we're doing this here. For some reason, my advanced keyboard shortcuts are not working right now. There we go. Oh wow. They do damage depending it depends on your armor class. That's crazy. I'm guessing it should be your rear AC. Like no dex and no shield. Smother in 6 rounds regardless of the damage suffered. Trapper does not release the victim unless the trapper is reduced to 1 hit point or killed. Trappers are immune to heat or cold-based attacks. Trappers remain wrapped in a ball for 1d8 hours while digesting a victim. The remains of the victims are excreted below and form the trapper's treasure troves. Typical trapper cover about 400 square feet. Yeah, each one of these is 25 square feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 36 times 25. $900 square feet. Hey, a trapper skin may be used to make non-magical +1 leather armor. So it gives AC 7, but it's leather. And there's no saving throw bonus for it or for you. Okay, so 4 points plus his armor class. Yeah, I'm gonna make that yeah, your rear AC. So that's no dex and no shield. Shield shouldn't really come into account here. Or maybe it should. They don't really specify. I mean, AC2 is what? Field plate? And then, of course, there's characters that have bad decks. Their rear AC. Well, I guess their rear AC is still just normal because you can't see anything to your rear, so you can't accidentally dodge into things you can't see, right? You wouldn't know it was there, so you wouldn't know to dodge at all. Okay. Yeah. That's how dexterity works. You can only use dex versus things that you can detect. And your character can only detect essentially the front part of their circle. Anything behind them is undetectable for purposes of dexterity. Yeah, so I'll use rear AC. So it's 4 points plus rear AC of the target. And I have the coding for finding something's rear AC. So let's see. Control, find, attack. 1. There. AC, surprise, shieldless. Here it is. So copy that, close that, and then we'll put bracket 4 plus that bracket. Copy that. Target. We'll target this drow. 8 damage. 4 plus 4. Okay. Yeah. Rear AC is 4. That's kind of cool. It does static damage. Hey, what's going on? Anakshagor. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I just had some dinner, so my belly's full and I'm all happy. I'm thinking about actually grabbing maybe a glass of wine or something while I'm doing this. So I'm doing the Trapper right now. Sorry for my slow response. How you doing? No problems. That's good. Let's see. So this is gonna be the what is it called? Constriction. Suffers damage per equal to 4 points plus armor class. Yeah, constriction. Prevents breathing. Victim smother in 6 rounds, regardless of the damage suffered. So, constriction. Smother in 6 rounds, regardless of damage. Sleep all afternoon, doing well. I'll wait a little more before grab and finish my pack of beers. All right. Yeah, normally I have a couple glasses of wine every night. But lately I've actually been forgetting to drink wine. I haven't had a glass of wine in probably a week now. And I actually feel kind of weird. So, let's see. Lurkers are huge. Huge creatures have a speed of 9. 9. Okay, type is going to be bludgeoning. Enter. Size is huge. I think that is their only attack. I'm repairing 1. Armor class 3, move 3, hit dice 12. Yeah, 12 hit dice gives you 60 HP. Okay. Okay. And their sight. Subterranean. Activity cycle any. I think subterranean creatures should probably have 60-foot infravision. Resembles a large manta ray. It's grayish, brilliant, texture like stone. Maybe they don't see it all. Large manta ray. Its grayish belly is textured like stone. The lurker typically attaches itself to a ceiling where it is very difficult to detect. I think I might have actually seen. It's like I act as a noob after 20 years without DM behind AD&D screen. I've got a doubt. Huh. Let's see, tokens, Manta. Can I ask you something a noob DM have? Sure. Yeah. Ask away. I found a macro on Roll20. It's a Thaco plus selected, AC plus bonus, and all equals to hit. Thaco minus target AC. Oh, let me think about that. That does seem to be inverted. Um, 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, yeah, it should be. It should be Thaco minus target's AC. Yeah, that's something they used to do in Beck Me D&D, Basic Expert Companion Master Immortals. You were supposed to ask the DM what the target's AC is, and they were supposed to tell you what the AC was, so you could figure what your 2-hit number was on the die. And you'd take your Thaco and you'd subtract the target's AC, and that would tell you what what number you had to roll or higher. And then of course, if it had a negative AC, subtracting a negative number is addition. So yeah. And then I think that carried over into Advanced Dungeons and Dragons for like the first edition. And then in second edition, people just started taking the Thaco and adjusted Thaco, and then subtracting the die roll. So your adjusted Thaco is, if you have magic weapon, skill with your weapon, or high strength or whatever, you would adjust your Thaco for all your pluses. So you add all your pluses together, you take your Thaco and subtract your pluses to give you a lower Thaco, because lower is better on Thaco. And then you take your adjusted Thaco after that, and you'd subtract the die roll from it. And every time you rolled an attack, you would tell the DM what armor class you hit. So rolling attacks somewhat evolved over time, from Thaco minus AC equals target number to I hit X armor class. And then eventually, armor classes stopped being descending, and Thaco disappeared, and you just had your die roll, plus your bonuses, and that was what armor class you would hit. And 10 AC was still a naked human, but AC went upwards instead of downwards. And when I first started reading AD&D first and second edition books, I was like, why don't they just have ascending AC? And that system that they created for third edition is exactly what I would have created. But I had thought it out, and the guys that made Beck Me didn't think anything out. It was just always all based on, you know, chainmail, and chainmail is based on wargaming. So they kept all that shit from wargaming and chainmail. Well, the optional rule for me is to add the armor type and the weapon type against armor type. Yep. Yeah, in second edition, certain weapons gain bonuses to hit certain types of armor. But that's, of course, only if you're fighting an armored opponent, which hardly ever happens. It's usually only if you go full murder hobo that you're fighting other humans. You know, you go into town and you start fighting guards. Then, yeah, you're fighting, you know, armored people. Unless the DM goes out of their way to give you, like, a human, you know, a human villain. I tend not to use villains very much because players are very smart and very destructive, and they usually kill off the villains before I have a chance to let the villains develop. So, I mean, they kind of recommend that you introduce all your villains while your characters are so weak they can't do anything. But I mean, you'd have to plan level 1 to level 30 right off the bat, and that's not fun for any DM. So I mean, that's a lot of villains if you're gonna use villains all the time. I don't really like villains, personally. Everybody else uses villains, and I like to have a story that doesn't really contain them. I like to have stories that has monsters and unstoppable forces that you think are unstoppable, but actually are stoppable if you try, despite the fact that other people have failed before you. Okay, so this looks... I'm going to give him, 60-foot infravision. Has sight. Save changes. Attack. Attack the drow. Come on, man. Oh no. I hate that. Must manage them all. They just do one fight against weak level 2 monsters. They 2 shots. Yeah, I like using dungeons as villains. A dungeon doesn't necessarily have to have a villain. A villain probably built a dungeon at one point, but could be long dead. Shit, man. Clear chat history, no bug on macro up here then. Really? Huh. Okay. I'm gonna have to do that. Okay. Okay, settings. Clear chat archive. Confirm. Okay. Just gonna reload this page. On global parameter before launch the game yet. Do. Be right back. All right. Welcome back. Oh, well. Whoops. Okay. So chat is empty. Attack. Constriction. Drow. Nope, it still appears. It's because I have so many brackets, man. In my macros. So many brackets. See, what I ought to do is just paste it here, remove the brackets, and call it good. Okay, 1, 2. Four. Five, 6, parentheses. 7, 8, parentheses. 5, 6, 7, 8. Parentheses, parentheses. A copy. Maybe I don't even need to put brackets in here. Yeah. Don't even need to. Copy. Alright. Character sheet. Weapon table. Paste that in there. Now we'll try that. Attack, constriction, on the drow. That's better. All right. Four plus 4 plus 4 times 1 minus 4 times 1 plus 4 times 1 minus 4 times 1 plus 0. Interesting. That's all the AC stuff. Kind of want to see what it does to... Oh, I guess it's just, yeah, it's rear AC, so... How about, Garen? Here's one. Check this out. For Anatar, it's going to do 1 damage. I think. Yeah. It's because his natural armor class is -3. That's funny. Should probably, I mean, I don't know of any PC race that can have, you know, well, I guess full plate, yeah, full plate plus 5 will give you a -4 AC. So you take 0 damage. That's kind of cool. Full plate plus 5 would prevent damage altogether. I guess. Let's see. Is there a lurker token? Images. Oh. Ah. Lurkers from the depths. Earth lurker. The Earth Lurker. Elcio Trombini. Hey! Elcio Trombini is a pretty good artist. His stuff looks a lot like Devin Knight. I do like that. Stony and brown. And then you've got, what? Is that a Grell? Svartnomi. It's a Svirfneblin. Vampire Squid. It's kind of expensive for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 19, 21 little drawings for $5. It's a bit spendy. I'd want like 50 of them for $5 or so. Elcio Trombini. Yeah, the only useful token in here really are, well, these two are useful. Cathapod. This could be a roper, I guess. That's basically what ropers look like. I think this is supposed to be an intellect devourer or something. Maybe not. Any subterranean or dark areas, dark moist areas. Not rateable. Could have sworn I saw another token that kind of looks like this, though. Stony, dude. Oh, cool. That's a nifty looking dragon. Wow. I have no idea what dragon that would be in D&D. Sorry for the mic noise. It was caught up in the cable. Yeah, this token is awesome for a maybe like a Chinese paladin or something. It's definitely Chinese armor. Maybe a Chinese sword. I don't think that's a Western sword. Oh god, it's Blibdool Poop. Yeah, a Karatur character. Karatur. Underdark. Lurker. I know what that is. That's an Audiug. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. A three-eyed lizard rat? Lurker. Trapper. Array. Oh, yeah. Lamprey. I'll just use this one. I'm satisfied with it. I don't think the player's gonna be satisfied with it because it doesn't really face forward. But that's good enough. I don't think I have anything in my library that's... Hold to the witness. Excuse me. I'm actually getting really tired already. So I want to finish this monster and call it for the night. I'm really not finding anything. I mean, other than a rock. I could probably use just a big damn rock. Excuse me. Pawn. Fight pawn. Yeah. What time is it? Where are you from? 7:41 p.m. And I get up early in the morning. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna actually make a rollable table for this. What is going on here? Oh. Okay, bathroom break. Okay. Here I am. And I don't remember how I found this manta ray. Let's see. Stone. Maybe this is just one of those manta rays that's in the free tokens there. Manta. Whoops. No, it is not. Light circle. Hmm. so weird. How the hell did I even find this? Fish. Sea. Ocean. Aquatic. Aqua. Marine. Time. I don't even know what the hell that is. Release the Kraken! Oh, shit. Lol. I must redo all the macros I've set up before. Feel tired. Yeah, I do feel tired, but I do want to finish this. A manta ray is... Okay, all... Manta ray Wikipedia. Large rays belong to the genus Manta. Barostrus. Mobulinae. Oh, it literally means mantle in Portuguese and Spanish. Devilfish. Let's try devilfish. Shit. They're an equatorial fish. They live only where it's hot. Myliobatiforms. Stingrays and their relatives. Cartilaginous fish related to sharks. I guess this could be Competent Library. Breach. see. There used to be so much more than this. Whenever I typed in Manta. Maybe it was because I had all caps. Or maybe I capitalized it. Manta. Because different things pop up when you use capital letters. Manta. Man, how the fuck did I find this token? That is so weird. I can't find it now. How do I go through miscellaneous tokens? What if I search for Myliobatiform? Myliobatiform. Mm-hmm. Come on, I really want to make a rollable table. Oh shit, did I actually use this? Nice. That looks like a statue. Oh, that's a yuan T. That sucks. Cloaker. Huge puffball-like fungi with very thick leathery skin. Removed by rolling. No Askamoid token. What? Three and 36. Pinterest does not have transparency on their IMG. Tumblr has sometime. Try Pinterest or Tumblr. I know I found this on this search engine, though. That's the thing. I know I did. See, this is new right here. Oh, maybe I found it under maps. Sometimes that gives different results. Okay, and then capital M for Manta, and then all caps Manta. Damn it. Well, I think I'm just gonna keep this then. No reason to really muck up. I mean, I can just put it on the GM layer and then just put a box down, I guess. That's all I really need. Number of attacks 4+. Exiliating pebble-like mass. Hatchlings resemble flat rocks. Trapper skin may be used to make them. Yeah, that's an easy monster. I'm actually kind of filling up for another monster too. I think 2 a day is pretty good. Okay, so let's do Myconid. Let's do Myconid. I could have sworn I already did Myconid though. Let's see, encounters. No, I did not. Man, these pictures are disappearing so fast. I just redid this like 6 months ago. Oh, okay. 11 morale. I think that's default on my sheet. Number of attacks. 13 to 14 intelligence. Probably won't have to roll intelligence with these guys very much. Yeah. Number appearing is 1. Let's see, they don't have magic resistance. Yeah, no magic resistance, so I can just delete that. I don't really have a special attack. And then number appearing is just... yeah, 1 appears. Okay. So the trapper is done. What the hell was that? Alright, so the Myconid. Aww. don't think that's a myconid, but whatever. Okay, myconid trophy, or token. Okay, looks like I might have to rob. Mushroom. Fungus. Mushroom. Premium assets. Free assets. Dark Slasher. Mushroom Men. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hit dice. Myconids or fungus men are a race of intelligent fungi that live in the remote reaches of the Underdark. They are cautious creatures that deplore violence. Myconids have no desire to conquer anybody and would prefer to be left alone. Myconids resemble walking toadstools in human form. Their flesh is bloated and spongy. It varies in color from purple to gray. Their wide feet have vestigial toes, and their pudgy hands have 2 stubby fingers and a thumb on either side. Myconids hit dice determine their social status and abilities. They have no spoken language. Fungus men fight by clubbing with their clasped hands, causing 1d4 points of damage per hit die. Per hit die, so that's 6d4 for the tiny to large. 2 feet tall per hit die. Thus, a 1 hit die Myconid inflicts 1d4 points of damage. 2 foot tall Myconid. 1d4 points of damage. Clasped hands. So they join their hands together and they haymaker you. That's funny. 2 die Myconid causes 2d4 points of damage, etc. Up to the 6 hit dice king that inflicts 64 points of damage on a hit. Six hit dice king. Myconids also have the ability to spew forth clouds of special spores. The number and kind of spores increase as they grow. As each myconid advances to another size level, it gains the ability to spray another type of spores. And the number of times per day that each spore type can be emitted also increases. A myconid can emit each of its spore types a number of times per day equal to its hit dice. For example, a 3 hit die myconid can spray 3 types of spores, and it may use each type 3 times per day. These spore types include the following: Distress, Reproducer, Rapport, Pacifier, Hallucinator, Animator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This type of spore is usually used when used in the melding ritual, but a myconid can project them at an attacker. A spore cloud may be shot at one creature, and if that creature fails, its saving throw versus poison, it suffers violent hallucinations for a number of turns equal to the hit dice of the myconid. Hallucinating creatures react as follows: cower and whimper, stare into nothingness, flee shrieking in a random direction, try to kill the closest creature. A myconid has a deathly fear of sunlight and will not willingly travel to the surface world. The exact effects of sunlight on a myconid are unknown, but they must be highly detrimental for the fungus men to fear sunlight as they do. Ballsby Dragon. Hey, I'm Charles on Roll20. I sent you a friend request on Discord. Oh, hey, Charles. Charles. Charles, did you, okay, you must be Hexaromus Grimfang. Are you Hexaromus Grimfang? Sup, I haven't played D&D since I was a teen. Yeah. How much time do you have right now? Do you have a couple hours? About an hour? Okay. Do you have a microphone so we can talk through Discord? Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to shut down this stream. And then, but I will, I'll play a rerun of the campaign. So it'll be last week's session. That way my channel isn't offline. And then you and I can have an interview. Nice. Okay. Cool. Alright, I'll talk to you in a minute.